Hello, hello, and welcome back for another step in our long march to victory, hopefully, as Perfidious Pete plays XCOM The Long War. And the one thing we can say about The Long War, win or lose, is that, well, the Long War lives up to its goddamn name, because fuck, it is long. I mean, much like the shitty Beatles, it's not just a clever name, it's also a description of what's inside the tin. Then again, I always thought that joke was kind of bad in Wayne's World because, you know, the shitty Beatles seems sort of redundant to me since the not shitty Beatles were also shitty. Yeah, I said it. I'm taking a controversial stance. I said it and I meant it. I don't like the Beatles. Not a fan. Don't like their music. I mean, when they started, they were basically just the 1960s version of like an NSYNC or a 98 Degrees, or more contemporarily, a One Direction. They were just kind of a boy band. And granted, I'll give them a little bit of props for the Beatles. After a decade of boy banding, they did eventually evolve into something a little more sophisticated, unlike NSYNC, 98 Degrees, or probably One Direction, who were just sort of destined to implode. But if you think about the Beatles, I mean, despite the fact that their lyrics got better, musically, I think they were kind of mediocre. I mean, they were just some basic sort of no-frills rock banding, kind of journeyman level musical output, and I think even at their best, the Beatles they're just sort of bland. I mean, even their best song, Happiness is a Warm Gun, that one actually clearly their best effort, but even that is basically just a collection of sort of nonsense lyrics. And if you're going for nonsense lyrics, I mean, Richie Valens did that shit with La Bamba way before the Beatles got around to it. And Richie did it better because not only does La Bamba still hold up, it spawned a movie of the same name that had Lou Diamond Phillips in it. And really, that should be the goal of any musician. Have fucking Lou Diamond Phillips play you in a movie? You pull that shit off, man, you win forever. That's a life well lived. But, well, I digress. I've gotten a bit off track here, and I say we fuck the Beatles, shitty or otherwise, and let's go shoot some fucking aliens in the face. We'll at least make our happiness also a warm gun in that respect, I suppose. So Moose back on duty, some psychic training is finished, let's see how we did. Aww. Our little rat has failed. Well, that's disappointing, John Leguizamo, I'm sorry, buddy. But you know what? Where there's life, there's hope, John Leguizamo. Never give up, never surrender. Get your rat-like ass some new supply of cheese and get your ass back in the tube, sir. Back in the tube. Yeah, that's right. Get in your hole, John Leguizamo. I mean, you are a rat, so you should be right at home there. And let's get back to scanning that. 20 of my remaining 31 meld Nigeria for 20... What is that? It could be 20 scientists. I would still say no. 2 scientists, even worse, by an order of magnitude. So, suck it. No. That's a terrible offer. So another suit of Archangel armor complete. That is a good thing. That's fantastic. Carry on then. I don't think we're going to start another one. I think we'll hold off on that till perhaps we get some refunds here for these plasma weapons. A little low on Illyrium and Meld at the moment, so let's see what comes back. Looks like we won't get a chance since we have a small fighter coming in over Nigeria. Man, the aliens love Nigeria. I don't know what it is about Nigeria. Apparently, maybe there's some kind of, I don't know, governmental turmoil there. They think it's like ripe for conquest because it's not got a strong central government. I don't know what it is, but hell, maybe they just like the savannah and they want to go hang out where they're like lions and shit. That's pretty cool, but whatever it is, they love them some Nigeria, those aliens. Maybe they're like trying to poach rhinos or something. Who knows? Could be that rhino horn is truly an aphrodisiac where the aliens come from. Might actually have some kind of effect on them. Holy shit, Candyman, you did a bad job, sir. That was not good. That was seriously, Candyman. I mean, you are a pathetic piece of crap that has only 2 kills after probably 30 intercepts. But still, that was a poor performance even for you. Which is saying something, because you suck. Let's see if we can send up a new pilot who maybe, just maybe, won't make a complete disgrace of himself. I mean, there's no guarantees, but he has better chances, because you gotta be kidding me. So we aborted, but still somehow shot it down after I aborted, and also took a crippling amount of damage there. That, also not well done, sir. So our pilot's really letting us down. An 8-man crew? You gotta be kidding me, this is 2 pods. It's like 2 outsiders and then a pod of mutons. It's not even elites, so we can't even go for the capture. It's just regular garden variety, boring-ass mutants. Alright then, I suppose we'll send a Sky Ranger because, well, it's on the ground. Don't really see a lot of benefit in just sort of letting it go to waste. I mean, it's like that piece of pie you dropped on the floor. I mean, you dropped it on the floor, but, I mean, you're still gonna eat it. Let's not kid anybody. It's pecan pie. Just because it touched the floor for a minute doesn't mean you're not gonna eat it. That's just crazy. Let's get a leader then. I believe our last mission we had, looks like Rihanna was in charge of the gig. That's fine. I think this time we'll go with Colonel Amanda the Man Bynes here. Give Dr. General Mr. Jiggles an opportunity to put a few bullets in a few faces because Dr. General Mr. Jiggles really likes that sort of action. So let's get that taken care of. Little plasma sniper rifle for Amanda. Gonna lock her in also with a scope, a laser sight, and some high capacity mags. An infantryman. Now, on our last mission, our infantry sort of had an unfortunate accident, if I recall. We had Jean-Claude Splits Van Damme sort of leading the charge, and he got punched right in a fucking snot locker and was taken out of action, and we may not have a reasonable infantry choice to send. In fact, we do not. We have Dane Cook or Mayim Bialik. Why do I even have specialists? How are these people not all fired? They should all have been fired by now if they're not beyond specialist. I really sort of consider them completely worthless. Although, for this mission, we might be able to get by with taking one of them, because this mission is a joke. Let's try Dane Cook. In all seriousness, in real life, you should never try Dane Cook, and I mean that with all sincerity. Stay as far away from Dane Cook as awful. He is just loathsome. Just ridiculously loathsome. Unappealing, not funny. He was, you know, better back in the day when he was stealing his jokes or having someone else write them for him. And now that he's sort of stuck doing his own material because everybody kind of caught on to his shtick, avoid at all costs. Do yourself a favor. The man is worse than herpes. Just stay away from him. Let's get our infantry sorted. Let's get a gunner. And, you know, I think Megan Desert Fox. We took the doughy Joss Whedon out on our last mission. Joss needed a little exercise. He's been putting on some weight, so we trotted him out of the bar and gave him a chance, and he did fine. He did fine, proving that, you know, a few extra pounds never really hurt anybody. Joss was a little slower than we'd like, but when it came time to do the killing, Joss still had what it took to get the job done, so we were plenty satisfied with what old Joss brought to the table. Which is good, because he brings a lot to the table. Joss Whedon, you know, let himself go a little bit, and what he brought to the table was like 6 dozen donuts, but yeah, they were good. Fresh out of the oven. Nice creamy sort of glaze on them. Quite lovely. Megan Desert Fox, going on the mission. I don't really have anything to say about Megan Fox. She's been a solid little addition to our party. I have no particular complaints, but likewise, she's not been a miracle worker or anything, so no particular praise for her either. Scout time. Tara Reid, are you available? Or are you still tired, Tara Reid? Red Brown is still tired. Tara Reid is still tired. How can they be... Tara Reid has bonus fatigue time because she's psychically active now. I keep forgetting. Could take Jaden Smith, who is also psychically active, but that's going to leave us without a Master Sergeant Scout, and I don't really relish that idea. And also, this mission, again, complete joke. It's a joke mission, folks. If this were a can of peanuts, when you opened it, snakes would pop the fuck out. Let's just take Anna Big Gun's gun. Give old Big Guns one of our new suits of Archangel armor. We're going to throw her a reflex cannon, of course, and a Big Gun's gun will likely be also carrying a chemical grenade, because a capture is not out of the question, and theoretically we could make use of a plasma rifle if we build another Firestorm, so no reason to not try. Let's get an Assault Trooper to keep Big Gun's company, and I don't think Miley or Mr. Tibbs are really warranted. Charlie Sheen is tired, and I'm pretty sure that our other Assault Trooper is injured. John Flansburgh, you are hurt, are you not, sir? Yeah, John Flansburgh out for 21 days, so damn. Don't really remember when that happened, but apparently I wasn't paying a whole hell of a lot of attention. That kind of sucks. Assault Trooper's sort of critical to what we like to do here. And we can't take Charlie Sheen, though. He's tired. I suppose we could fill in with a Rocketeer. Fuck it, why not? It's at least a psychically active Rocketeer, and it's been so long since we've had Ian Ziering on a mission that really it would be useful to take him, specifically so that I could remind myself why I don't ever take Rocketeers, because they're magnificent pieces of trash and I hate them. It's always good to remind myself why it is that I think they're magnificent pieces of trashes and don't take them. Trashes? Is that the plural for trash? Trashes? No, it is not. It's actually trash. I'm an idiot. Archangel Armor, Plasma Carbine, Scope, Laser Sight, Rocket. If Ian Finn Ziering does anything on the mission other than shoot himself in the foot, honestly, I'll be well pleased. If he does a single point of damage to a single enemy, it would be an improvement over his previous performances. We also need a medic, and since John Ratleguizamo had to go back into the tube for a little visit, I think we're going to be going with an medic here, and it looks like that's going to be Alan Hawkeye Alda, who, you know, honestly, has not been very good for us. I'm just going to straight up say it, Alan Alda, you're not a strong addition to the team, sir. Your aim is, let's face it, substandard. Your foot speed is, at best, described as adequate. Actually, your foot speed's reasonable. Your willpower is mediocre, and your health is good enough, I suppose. But I'm unenthused with you, Alan Alda. You're just, well, you're kind of like the Beatles. You're just sort of bland and middle of the road. Sorry, Alan Alda, but you're unremarkable, which may be the most damning thing one could say about a man with aspirations of grandeur. Take Jesse Tool Pusher James for a little Psychic EXP, but that's going to leave us without a Master Sergeant Engineer, which again is... Oh no, we would still have Kim Junkyard Card... You know what? We could possibly take Kim Junkyard Kardashian. She might be a better addition to the team. Let's see how close the Tool Pusher is to a Psychic level. Not that close. This is interesting. If we needed Kim Kardashian, or if we needed a Master Sergeant Engineer for a mission in a day or two, we could still take her. We would have adequate... You know what? Yeah, let's take old Jesse James here. We'll see if we can get him a Psychic level. Let's go with Titan Armor. Jesse has Bombard, so he's not going to have to get up close and personal to the action, and since all he has is Mind Fray, his somewhat lower willpower really isn't a problem, or at least not a problem that warrants... Yes, it's not exactly what I meant to do. But it's not a problem that warrants the Vortex Armor sort of as a fix. I think just the 57 is probably good enough. Final unit then, of course, is going to be a Mech Trooper, which we would like to be Charlie Hunnam if Charlie Hunnam is available. Unfortunately, Charlie Hunnam is not available, and we already have a Rocketeer. That's probably plenty of explosive action. So let's just take Ashley Tycoon Olsen. The old Tycoon can do some work for us. We're going to give her a Railgun, Proximity Mine, Electropulse, Grenade Launcher, Illyrium Turbos, and Ashley is ready to roll here. So that's our team, folks. Not the strongest team we've ever fielded, but by no means the worst. And again, we're looking at a grand total of 8 fucking enemies, so, I mean, how problematic could this mission be? Even if the pod of mutants is led by the most devastating elite mutant we have ever seen to date, I still like our chances.
Listen up. We're going to be dropping you deep in the Nigerian interior for the next operation.
Oh, really? Is it a heavily populated urban area there, Bradford? Yeah, clearly a major city center.
We should get down there and secure the site ASAP.
You know, when you say major city center, that's... You know, I think Bradford is kind of being a dick to Nigeria. He's calling this a major city center, and I think what he's saying is that Nigeria is underdeveloped. It's sort of like a backhanded sort of slap at Nigeria. Like, this thing crash-landed on some kind of, like, village or something, and that was a major urban center. That's not fucking cool, Bradford. I'm sure there are some lovely places in Nigeria. Just because, you know, you have kind of a Western-centric view doesn't necessarily mean everyone shares your opinion, you fucking douche. Although I say that, the actual more likely explanation for this is that Bradford doesn't legitimately know where Nigeria is, and he's so fucking drunk he has no idea what's going on. I remember Mechtoid being a thing that was on the potential things you might find on this ride card game. Just saying. Don't tell me what's going to be on the mission if that stuff's not going to be on the mission. It's really all I'm kind of getting at. Does this guy have reactive sensors? We sort of need to know. Hardened automated threat assessment. He does not. Alright. So that's not a problem then. We'll come back to you in just a moment, Anna Big Guns Gun. In the meantime, Amanda Bynes can see an enemy from here. And it's not one who's on Overwatch though, so that's... Can she double tap from here? Yes, but only at the one guy, and the first shot theoretically could kill him. So I think our better bet would be to just go ahead and go into flight mode.
Jetpack operational.
get old Amanda Bynes in a position where she needs to be, which is at the back wall of the zone, up very high in the air to take advantage of damn good ground. This expands her available list of targets quite dramatically, and we'll come revisit her in just a moment. I think the most important thing first is let's go ahead and have Megan Desert Fox get in a position to do some work for us. Megan with a number of reasonable targets. Again, we're going to revisit Megan in just a moment also. Ashley Olsen. Well, on the plus side, we kind of have free reign of movement here without a whole hell of a lot of fear of popping any additional pods because this is basically every alien on the map. This may draw Overwatch from our Mechtoid friend, but if it does, I'm not overly concerned. Even if it hits, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Didn't hit anyway. We can consistently rely on Mechtoids to miss on Overwatch. Apart from the fact that the Long War is goddamn long, the other thing that we have learned in this playthrough is that overwatching Mechtoids, not much of a concern. Their aim is... it's not good. They aim about as well as, about as well as I do when I get up in the middle of the night to go take a piss. Which is to say, not well. Do we really need to shoot either of those guys? I don't really feel it's necessary. And honestly, I think a shot at the Mechtoid here might be the best employment of Dane Cook's somewhat limited abilities. And the moment I make fun of Dane Cook, he immediately delivers a reasonably nice critical hit, so maybe I should just shut my trenchant mouth? Let's go ahead and set this off with a grenade. I think we should try and maximize damage on both of these units, so I'm going to throw it right on top of that proximity mine. This should get us at least one kill, possibly two. There you go. So one dead Muton, one very, very badly injured Muton, who we could, if possible, or rather if necessary, kill with a mine fray. And as strange as it may sound, I actually think that's precisely what I'm going to do with Ian Finn Ziering here. First off, I'm going to put him in a forward position where the enemies might shoot at Ian Ziering, because if anybody's getting shot at, let's face it, we want it to fucking be Ian Ziering. Also, I can't help but notice that Ian Ziering here can't see this guy, so he can't kill it with his brain, which is unfortunate, but not entirely unexpected. Megan Fox has a reasonable shot. Actually, Megan Fox could kill that guy with suppression if we really kind of wanted her to. You know what? Let's do that. I think this might be the best use of Megan Fox's abilities. This should do enough damage to kill that guy. And there you go. One damage. Just enough. So Megan Fox with a suppression kill, and I think that may be the first time we've actually engineered that and made it happen. Alan Hawkeye Alda has nothing to bring to the table, and I don't trust him with a gun, so we're just going to use him to mine fray. That will help keep our... This is why I hate you, Alan Alda. Yeah, that was some Strawberry Fields Forever bullshit right there, sir. That was, poorly done. You can't miss the Mechtoid. Likewise, we almost can't miss some of these other units, and a critical here would drive a kill home. So let's go for the long shot, or at least let's go for the gamble. Didn't quite pan out. That's fine. And a big gun's gun has a not unreasonable shot at that gentleman. Is she our last unit? Nope. We've also got Ian Finn Ziering. Ian, I would like you to mine fray that guy. Ian can't fail, at least, unlike Alan Alda, who managed to fail a 90-some% chance at a mine fray. As Alan Alda is a worthless piece of garbage. Long shot here. No surprise that missed. That's alright. I have every confidence that Anna Big Gun's gun is going to be fine. She only gets shot when running Overwatch. Actually, it's the only time Anna Big Gun's gun tends to be struck. Muton coming up here, going for a flank on old Big Guns. Nope, gonna pointlessly blood call after running himself right next to the enemy because that guy is operating on a Tara Reid level of stupid. Nicely done. More blood calling. This guy's going to take a poke at Jesse James. Not surprising, actually, since Jesse was sort of our least well defended. And this guy has just apparently wants to be captured. He's how does that, what? How's he not within range? I mean, he has the right health total. We'll come back to that. First off, let's have Megan Fox do some work for us. Start taking shots. Alright, well, this shot can't miss, so let's go ahead and open with that one. That's 10 damage and a shred, and I think we will have her go ahead and just double tap it up. You know what? Take the longer shot. You may be our best chance to hit that guy, actually, Megan Fox. Megan Fox is not dicking around. Some unbelievably massive damage there from Megan. we're going to get a kill with Dane Cook if we can. So let's go ahead and give Dane his best chance for a single hit. Dane Cook delivers. So Dane Cook's first kill, I'm pretty sure that actually was his first kill, is a mechtoid, which is, I want to say impressive, but that's probably the wrong word. Surprising seems more accurate. First, the fact that Dane got a kill is the real surprise. Jesse Tool Pusher James, who we would like to get some Psychic EXP if possible. Ashley Tycoon Olsen has, frankly, a terrible shot. I think our best bet here is to just a little bit of grenade work and hope we can blow up that tree with Ashley. There we go. That's fine. This gentleman should be considerably easier to strike now. We're going to bring Anna Big Gun's gun over here and try and set up the capture, I suppose. Yep, 58%. It's not getting any better. Oh, there we go. So free plasma rifle. That's a thing. Yeah, he damn sure is coming with us, because we put him in the bag. Man, Dr. Valen, I gotta say, is gonna be fucking beside herself with glee. That's like the third muton we've captured in almost as many missions. This is entirely pointless mind fray, and Jesse James is gonna do it anyway. Much like his relationship with Kat Van D, Jesse prone to making poor decisions, and well, living up to living up to tradition there by continuing that stretch. I have Alan Alda. Good god damn, Alan Alda. Let's just not mention that ever again. Let's go on Overwatch and pretend you didn't come on the mission, Alan. Even Ian Finn Ziering has a 46% chance to hit that cocksucker. And Ian Ziering is worthless. Just straight up worthless god-awful trash. I mean, he didn't hit, but that's okay, because Amanda Bynes is just going to kill that guy. I mean, she's going to put a bullet through his eyeball. Yep, there we go. So Dr. General Mr. Jiggles collecting another eyeball. I'm only assuming that Dr. General Mr. Jiggles collects eyeballs. It seems precisely like the kind of thing he would collect. And that was 7, so there's at most... No, that was 6. So there's 2 outsiders left. We can pretty easily assume they're going to be inside this aircraft. Let's just go ahead, throw a battle scanner up here, make sure it's clear to the door. And I think what we'll do is just charge straight the hell in the door. I don't really have any concerns or worries. Alright, so Big Guns just making sure that for some bizarre reason the enemies are not outside. Turns out they are not. So we're just going to march up right up to the front door here and knock. That's probably our best bet. Going to reload and whatnot as we go just to make sure that we have plenty of ammunition. It's a wise precaution for Alan Alda. Alan really sort of needs all the bullets he can muster. When it comes to spray and pray, Alan Alda has got the spraying part down just exactly right.
Ready to engage.
Little reload for Dane Cook. And I'd say I'd be kind of hopeful that maybe Dane Cook could level on this mission, but honestly, I think the odds of that are pretty fucking poor. There are simply not enough enemies for Dane to engage and or kill in the duration of the mission for that to be a legitimate sort of hope. Much like Dane's hope that one day his movie career will rebound, it's not a legitimate hope. That's never going to happen. Ever. 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 Ever, Dane. Never.
We're green to go.
Amanda Bynes just going to reload, drop in Overwatch for us. In the unlikely event that one of the outsiders gets froggy and leaps out of the ship, we can smack it down like Ray Park in X-Men. And yes, I did just make a Toad reference there. Also, Ray Park, I feel underappreciated actor. That guy's actually quite good at his job. Doesn't get enough credit. Mostly because he's rarely credited as himself in his movies, which seems unusual, but eh. That was Darth Maul. The one bright spot in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, really, sort of. Darth Maul was about as good as it got, folks. I guess the Yoda Dooku fight was pretty badass, but still.
Got it. Moving.
It's not a good thing when probably one of the best characters in your movie doesn't have a single line of dialogue. Although actually I think Darth Maul may have had 1 or 2 lines of dialogue, but the fact that your sort of flagship character doesn't really speak at all, it doesn't say well for the quality. I mean, doesn't bode well for the quality of the film. And the outsiders are exactly right where we expected them to be. So no real worries from a mission standpoint. This one is as textbook gets. We're going to put Ian Finn Ziering in a position where we might actually get him to hit something with a rocket. I will be the most surprised of anyone if that that actually comes to pass. Believe me, I really, really will.
Let's do this.
You're probably fine where you're at, Amanda Bynes. Just go on Overwatch. You can kill some time. Ashley Olsen, similarly, you also can kill time. Big Guns, I wouldn't mind having you take a little step to the left, time warp style. Alan Alda, just don't spawn a pod. That's the only thing I want you to do, Alan Alda. Just don't spawn a pod. Dane Cook, you can dash up there. That's fine. We may take another turn before we open this door just to get everyone in ideal position. Tool Pusher, you can actually post up there right behind old Big Guns. It's probably the best spot for you. I'd say let's see how the aliens react, but they're going to just react by staying what they're doing, which is floating in the middle of the air as a shard of some sort of unidentifiable material. Meanwhile, Megan Fox is going to post up outside their little front door, waiting for them to let her in. They shouldn't, not by the hair of their chinny chin chins, but I have kind of a feeling that the aliens aren't really very smart. Otherwise, they wouldn't have flown over Nigeria in the first place in this fucking beat-up old jalopy. They might have come in a little better quality vehicle. But no, they had to risk it. They thought they could get one more trip to Earth out of this jalopy, and look what happened. Crashed out, busted down in the middle of fucking nowhere, and now they're sitting here waiting to get killed by XCOM. Let this be a lesson, interstellar species and travelers. You know, man, these guys just want to die. Yeah, they clearly want us to kill them. But anyway, as I was saying, let this be a lesson, interstellar species. Always maintain your vehicles. Don't travel in a busted out piece of shit. Then again, like I said, these guys clearly want to die. I mean, they're interested in their own destruction. They have some kind of vested interest in being killed by us, and I really don't see any reason to not oblige them. Trying to figure out how to best engineer this for EXP. I would rather like Dane Cook to get a kill here if possible, so I think we'll have Dane take 266%. Well, that's 2 kills for Dane Cook on this mission, so he's padding his total. And we'll come back to Dane, because it's not out of the question that he might have a chance to finish that guy off. Good to go. We're going to move Alan Alda to the one piece of cover, and rather than have Alan go for a kill, we're just going to have him try and land a mind fray for some psychic EXP. That worked. Anybody else need any psychic EXP? Arguably Ian Finn Ziering, who has done fuck all for us on this mission. We're just going to move him out here, and I think we'll have him... Yeah, go for it. Just you might as well mind fray as well, Ian. Kill EXP, I don't think, is really in your future, sir, so you might as well take what you can get. Megan Fox is going to take a bad but hollow targeting shot for us here. Oh, nope, sorry, she shredded him. And I guess that means Dane Cook, then, at 55%, can try and get another kill. Dane could not deliver, but honestly, that's pretty unsurprising. Jesse James, why don't you... Who do we got left? Ashley Olsen and a big... Oh, well, never mind. I'm gonna say make sure we had enough firepower left to finish him off to go for the triple mind fray. Jesse James with the rare 2 damage mind fray. Impressive, sir. But we don't have to worry about the firepower situation, because we do have Ashley Olsen sort of lurking in the wings, and if through some bizarre circumstance here, and a Big Gun's gun cannot finish him off with a reflex cannon shot, we do have Big Gun. We have Amanda Bynes on backup. Turns out completely unnecessary.
All objectives complete.
So there we go. Operation Stoneheart was... should have been called Operation The Aliens Give Up, or Operation Alien Suicide. Operation Pathetic Joke, perhaps. That was unremarkable. Everybody back safe, and on the plus side, we didn't really expend any great resources. I mean, for crying out loud, we had Dane Cook and fucking Ian Finn Ziering on this mission. It's not like we rolled out the A-team.
Is crucial to our scientific pursuits.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, Dr. Shane. I have no idea why you're excited. That mission was a pathetic joke, sir. A pathetic joke. Covering fire has 3 aim, and I'm gonna take it because it has 3 aim, and Dane Cook's aim is fucking terrible. Now, we could go for steadfast for a will bonus, but I think despite Dane's very short career, only 2 missions under his belt, I'm pretty sure that Dane Cook has been critically injured at least once. I think he got critically injured on sort of his premiere mission, if you will. So we won't worry about trying to bump up his will. We'll just take the aim bonus so that maybe he can put bullets in an enemy at some point. Alien rifle, extra alien grenade, sectoid corpse, mutons, blah, 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 blah. 4 Illyrium. Well, that's a coup right there, isn't it? We did get a captive, so I guess there is that. Dr. Valen, at least, will have a nice new little chew toy at her. Seriously, she goes through mutons like large dogs go through hog's ears, which is to say, quickly. Bit of a rawhide chew toy kind of thing for Dr. V. So we'll sell off our damaged components, and with that done, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see the end of this grim death march towards potential victory eventually, perhaps, maybe, someday in the distant future, consider subscribing as well. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.